on! Yes! Get in! I was just about to start off the video by saying let's not get too ahead of ourselves, but Jesus Christ, I was not expecting that whatsoever, particularly with the way the game were going. But Sunderland have just come away with a 2-1 victory away from home in the first leg against Coventry in the playoff semi-final, of course. And as you can tell by the smile on my face, I am absolutely fucking buzzing, to put it politely. So do us a favour, if you're a Sunderland fan, smash the like button on the video. And like I say, I'm trying my best not to get ahead of myself, because earlier on in that game, I thought there's no chance in hell that we're going to be getting a victory here. Maybe not even a point, but to get away with a 2-1 win, it was almost a tactical masterclass, which was so close to being a tactical disaster class from Reggie Labrie. So get into it. I don't know how the hell I'm going to do this video because I'm absolutely buzzing here. Absolutely buzzing. Come on! So Sunderland did go into this game with, on paper, when they did announce the lineup, I thought that's probably the best 11 we could have possibly fielded. But I was worried that it was going to be a 4-4-2. And that's exactly what it was. So we did go with Pato in goal. Across the back, we had Cirkin at left back, Hume at right back. Now, as the two in the middle of the defence, we had Dan Ballard and Luke O'Nien. And I thought, that's a big shout, given Dan Ballard's been injured for so long and he only got 30 minutes in the last game. But I'm just going to say here right from the off, in the first minute of the video, first minute and a half, whatever it is, he was man of the match by far. That lad was an absolute colossus. I think the stats come up on Sky Sports that he won pretty much every aerial duel, the most blocks in the game. He was an absolute man-mountain. So some performance, and all credit to that lad, because he was outstanding. But getting into the game, we did stop the 4-4-2. I just realised that I haven't given you the rest of the lineup. So the midfield duo in the middle was Daniel and Job. On the left we had Lafay. On the right we had Roberts, and up top we had Isidore and MAYENDA up top. Now, when the game kicked off, that's when we started to sort of understand that it was going to be a 4-4-2, because I thought, and I would have preferred maybe to see MAYENDA on the left, and then see Lafay in the middle, just in front of Job and Daniel, and then Isidore up top, but it wasn't. It was a flat 4-4-2, and it was very clear that we went there to defend, and for a good half an hour in that game, it was just that. We were allowing them so much possession, so much time on the ball. They're picking it around, doing what they want. There was the occasional goal mouth scramble, but we limited them to so little. And there was the occasional chance here and there. But like I say, Dan Ballard, he got on the end of absolutely everything, every little scrap and anything to fight for in terms of, duels in the box, half chances in the box. He was getting on the end of it and getting blocks underway, which was just outstanding to see. I'm so buzzing to see him back, and he was just an ultimate warrior. But my concern after the half an hour period was that we didn't have any outlet at all. It was just allowing them possession, and what I was seeing was the front two being MAYENDA and Isidore. It was them two were sitting deep out of possession. But then when we did eventually nick the ball, which was very, very rare, by the way, when we did eventually nick the ball, we'd just pump it forward in the hope that Isidore and MAYENDA would do something. But because we would quickly nick it out of possession, when they had it, obviously we'd nick it, we'd pump it forward, and then Isidore and MAYENDA would still be in that deep position that I mentioned earlier. So they'd be like 10 yards away from their back line. So us pumping it forward would be useless, because they were 10 yards away from their back line. They would reclaim possession under zero pressure because Isidore and MAYENDA are so deep. And it was just asking for it. So I was thinking that there's no outlet for this at all. We had the occasional off chance where we would manage to break through MAYENDA, who was hell-bent on trying to recreate that goal he scored against Bristol, which was incredibly frustrating. When he did have a couple of opportunities to break forward, and he did very, very well, that Isidore would be screaming for the ball and he wouldn't give it. And he did make the one chance in that first half. He managed to wriggle his way through several Coventry players, and he hit a ball wide. But it was all Coventry. Second half comes out, and it was essentially more of the same. But eventually we did break. Lafay gets it, drives us forward, and he pulls a beautiful ball to Isidore, who I did originally think he was offside. On the left-hand side, he still had a low steer on the left-hand side, cuts inside, and he just pings it into the bottom right-hand corner. Wilson, the keeper, does get a touch on it, but it still finds its way into the bottom right-hand corner. And I'm in the middle of celebrating, right? I'm in the middle of celebrating. This was my situation, so I'm going to try and describe it to you. I'm dancing around my living room, singing, screaming, celebrating. I look at my phone, and I have a message off my brother celebrating with us. And then 2 seconds after celebrating, he says, "Oh, sorry, never mind." And bear in mind, I'm looking at my screen and Coventry just pumping balls into the box. So I didn't think anything of it. And I thought, what do you mean, never mind? And he went, oh, I shouldn't have said anything. So obviously my stream must have been 10 seconds behind because they just pulled a ball into the box. And Rodoni heads it to make it 1-1 within 90 seconds, 2 minutes of us scoring. So that's when I thought, shit, right. The Coventry fans, they were brilliant all night, to be fair, constantly singing, constantly making an atmosphere. And I thought it's only going to go one way there. But we did continue to defend for our lives. And then, of course, you need the rub the green sometimes. You need that little bit of luck in there, right back, who I can't pronounce his second name for the life of me. But he had a fantastic game in general. And he had the ball on the right-hand side. He's tried to put it back to his keeper. And all he's done is send MAYENDA 1-on-1 with the keeper with 88 minutes, whatever it was. One of the last minutes of the 90. And sorry, I've just realised that it's flashing a lot. I've got the TV on still here. It's flashing all over my face. But so as you can tell, I'm so excited. Away the lads! So he's tried to cut it back to his keeper. MAYENDA gets there first. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Takes on the keeper. Slides it in to make it 2-1. And then we hold on to make it 2-1. Now, I know I'm buzzing. I'm excited now. I know that means nothing right now. It's half-time right now. But that is the best possible result we could have got, taking us back to the Stadium of Light. Now, the one concern I have about this now is I thought if we did manage to hold it at 1-1, I thought we'll go back to the Stadium of Light, we might open up a bit more, we might go for it, because we definitely came here with the idea to try and get a draw, and now we've somehow got 3 points. So now, behind that Stadium of Light crowd, which is going to be electric on Tuesday next week, to try and sit back and give us that kind of performance where it is largely very, very defensive and quite dull at times, I don't know how that's going to work. Or is Rodgers going to say, right, go all out, try and press forward, try and push our lead further? I don't know. That's the hiccup, and that's the brainstorm that he's going to have to come up with, because I don't know how we're going to approach this game on Tuesday now, because I was expecting a defeat or a draw, and we've come away with the win, which is mental. I didn't expect it at all. I'm absolutely buzzing. And I will say, by the way, I know some of you guys may have noticed it, I did actually totally plan on doing a live stream for the game. Early this morning or early this afternoon, I set up the live stream, sorted everything out, prepared everything, and I was excited for the game, and I was prepared and excited to do a live stream. But when it hit sort of 4 or 5 o'clock, the anxiety set in, and it got to the point where the anxiety was just that bad that it was genuinely knocking me sick. And I thought, I can't think of anything worse than sitting in front of a camera for 2 hours live, watching this game in front of people and trying to remain entertaining without just being sick. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, you know, there's other YouTubers, other Sunderland YouTubers that do a great job at live stream. I'll let them do it. I'm just gonna do a review after the game and do the lazy stuff. But yeah, so that is the way the game played out. But yeah, it gives us a lot to think of, a lot of stuff to think about heading into that second leg. We've got away with a win, which is fantastic. I'd like to see us not do the exact same 4-4-2, which I know it's worked tonight somehow, but I think a lot of it was luck. Of course, you need a lot of defending. There's a lot of structural work to do defensively, but you do need to rely on luck a lot, and they're going to have to go gung-ho, which I know might play into us in terms of playing counter-attacking defensive football. But I just feel that could really be our downfall if we try and do the same thing at the Stadium of Light. Not saying we should go gung-ho, not at all, but trying to play our own football, because there's so much of that game where I just thought, we're defending, we've got so many technically gifted players on the pitch, yet we're refusing to play football or play into their strengths at all. And again, we look at the scoreline in the top corner here, it looks fantastic. But sometimes you do need that rub of the green. That's exactly what we got in the end. Of course, we had to work for it, but still. Anyway, I'm rambling as I usually do because I'm absolutely buzzing, guys. But yes, it is only half time, and it could go totally wrong next week. Which, fingers crossed, it doesn't. But I'm very, very proud of the lads for putting in that performance, and well done to Rodgers as well for setting up the lads as he did. Yes, again, I keep on repeating myself. A bit of luck had to be had, but the luck only goes so far, and the defensive work we put in tonight was incredible. And as I always say, as long as they put in a performance that makes me proud, the result might take care of itself, it might not, but they did make me proud, particularly in the defensive third. They were absolutely outstanding. And Dan Ballard, Jesus Christ, I thought that was such a strong statement to make in dropping Mepham, who's experienced. He's a fantastic defender and probably our best defender in my eyes. To drop him, to bring in Dan Ballard after 30 minutes in how long after being injured, and what a performance he gave us. But yes, I'm going to leave it there, guys, because I will just ramble. I could easily sit here and ramble and revel for the next 20, 30 minutes, but I'm sure you won't want to see that. But yeah, leave your comments down below. Let us know how you felt about the game. How did you see it? Did you agree, disagree? How would you approach the second leg? Because yeah, it's almost on a spanner in the works. Yes, we've won, but I just don't know how to approach this second leg now. But let us know down below. You're buzzing. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you want to. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm stuttering like mad. I can't talk, can I? I can't talk. Enjoy. How are you, lads? Come on.